Hey, Scorpio, intuitive soul coach here with your July 2023 love and family reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. These are general readings, so please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you are interested in a personal reading or entering into the free monthly reading giveaway, you can find both of those links in the description box below. All right. Oh, beautiful. You have a couple of bonus cards here. I love when the bonus cards show up. This could be something you're working on manifesting. It can be unexpected, but you actually have the horse and the water jug showing up. This is about freedom, freedom to move. It can be about liberating yourself. It can be about creativity, fertility, if you are looking to grow and expand, birth new ideas or birth new life into the world. This is going to be a very powerful month here in July. Now, in the position of the recent past, we do have the cabin card showing up. Home matters. Now, some of you may have stayed at a family cabin. You may have rented a cabin. I'm getting here that there was renovation done, possibly a move. You may have been focused on gardening or DIY projects around the house, working on your safety, working on your security, but also creating a safe environment for yourself. Some of you may have been organizing a room, creating more space. I'm also getting for some of you, you may have created a room or an area for a child or for a baby or for a grandchild. Some of you are pregnant at this time, or you may find out you're pregnant. Please take that as it resonates. But I'm getting here preparing the home as well. So this could be inside, it can be outside. I also sense more fun, more joy. If you live in an area at this time where you're able to get outside a little bit more, you could be, fishing on the water or hiking, boating, biking. I'm getting outside energy. Some of you may live in an area where it's cold and you are just doing projects within the home and you're opening up creatively. Now, how does this pertain to love, you may ask? I feel like this is self-love by taking care of your surroundings and taking care of, others. There's something here with cooking, and I'm also seeing here Oreos. Someone may be eating an Oreo. Maybe you just bought Oreos or some sort of a cookie, or maybe you're baking cookies. Specifically, I am getting Oreos, but please take that as it resonates. Now, in the month of July, Scorpio, you have the Axe. This is a powerful card because it is a breakthrough when it comes to love, when it comes to mending some rifts, when it comes to forgiveness, anything that's been stagnant in the heart chakra area. I feel like you are having a major breakthrough. For those of you that have been single, maybe you were just focusing on your home life, your career, your family, your children, if you have them. But there's a change coming in here where you're shifting the energy internally, and you're going to see a physical change of what it is you are attracting in the month of July. For those of you that have a family, you are in a partnership, there could be something around the home that you are working on, maybe getting your home ready for a move. Some of you may have been planning a trip, traveling to see family, but I sense that there's going to be a breakthrough when it comes to a stagnant routine or something that's you've been wanting to break up the energy here a little bit. Excuse me. This is happening for you. And as I say that, my throat chakra is being activated. So there could also be a very important conversation that you have with a mother, with a sibling, with a friend or a coworker, someone that you are close to, but you may have been holding back a little bit. Maybe you were trying to keep the peace, or you felt at times you were walking on eggshells. I am getting that 7 of Wands energy, but I also get the Judgment, Scorpio. So I feel like there's a second chance for a new beginning here. Now, your message for the near future is the chickens. This has shown up for a few different signs, and I feel it's very important for you to stay in the moment, be in the moment, not focus on what has gone on prior. So, for example, if there has been a falling out between you and a loved one, or you and a family member or a child, don't keep bringing up that past situation or throwing it in their face every time there's an argument, or don't focus so far into the future that you lose sight of what's right in front of you, the blessings that are right in front of you. because sometimes we long for when times were easier or simpler, we long for that connection that we don't have, and we lose sight of being in the present, and that steals our joy from right here, right now. So that's the message for you. I'm also getting invitation. So there could be an invitation for you to attend an event, attend a wedding, or attend some sort of a social circle. I feel would be really beneficial to you, and it will help you get out of maybe your comfort zone. Some of you may have felt a little bit holed up. You may have been hibernating, or you've just been a homebody. Nothing wrong with that, but I do feel here that you are wanting to open yourself up, and the best way to do that is say yes to an invitation. Now, again, what you don't see coming is you have the horse. Literally, some of you have the freedom to move. This could be a physical move. Some of you have a person entering into your home or leaving the home. I also sense that there could be a family member around you that's moving, possibly a sister or sibling. I also get that there could be a parent figure moving into a community home, or it could be a 55 and plus or 65 and plus area that may be very beneficial to their social circle and to their longevity and their livelihood. That could be you as well. Now we also have here water jug. You're quite creative in the month here of July, and I feel like it's going to last longer than just the month of July. This is about you being fertile with ideas. Some of you, you may actually be in that fertile phase of your life. So be careful if you're not looking to create life. But for others of you, I feel like this is you birthing new ideas, new relationships, new inspiration, new career. So even though this is a love and family, you're opening your heart up, and it's going to bring in a plethora of opportunities for you. So really loving this, Scorpio. Let's take a look here at the overall energy. What is the heart of the matter for Scorpio, please, in the month of July? What's the heart of the matter? Nine of Wands, withstanding adversity. Don't give up, Scorpio. You're so close to making it big or hitting that big break, right? You have that showing up here. There's the breakthrough. Yes, maybe you felt like you were spinning in your tires. You may have felt like your hard work wasn't paying off. Some of you, this is a project that is nearing an end. Some of you, it is a move. It can be a karmic cycle that has been draining you, or you felt it was defeating you, but actually you're going to rise above. I am getting that phoenix rising from the ashes. So again, judgment energy of changing your life for the better. It is about no longer avoiding the change, because the change is inevitable. Nines are all about completion here, Scorpio, and I feel you should pat yourself on the back for how far you've come. If you need to pause, regain your bearings or your footings, and just rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul in the month of July, do so, right? Allow yourself that downtime. I am getting here boating or boat. Now, someone around you may have a boat. Maybe you have a boat. That could be that invitation that I'm getting as well, an invitation to go on a boat or a pontoon or a kayak or canoe. Let's take a look at the challenge and how we can help you through it. What's the challenge here? The challenge is sticking and staying consistent to some sort of goals. For some of you, it's travel plans, because we have the King of Wands showing up here. When the King of Wands shows up as your challenge, he can be overbearingly goal-oriented as well. So one of two energies. You have a lot of goals, you want to tackle them, so you could be quite busy. That could be a challenge when it comes to love or family. Family may be saying, hey, Scorpio, it's time to slow down. We want to spend time with you. Or you may be not avoiding, but you may be working so much that you're not putting all the energy and attention on your loved ones or finding love if you're looking to attract that. Now, the King of Wands, he is very, very passionate, but I am getting here, the challenge for you is to reach out. It's connection, right? That's why you have these invitations showing up. And even when an invitation shows up, you still may second guess, and you may say, well, I really want connection. I want partnership. I want to say yes to this invitation, but you may hold back for whatever reason, right? Self-doubt, or maybe lack of motivation or energy. But the King of Wands here is to let you know, Scorpio, I mean, this is your energy, or excuse me, you're water, but I feel like this is the energy you are wanting to embrace, is you putting yourself out there, wearing that cape. And this King of Wands has been showing up in a lot of readings as well. And I love the energy here because it reminds me, of, this superhero. Maybe his cape has been dusty. Maybe he shoved it in a drawer at the bottom of the drawer and he forgot all about it. So what I see a lot of you doing, and it's showing up here for you, Scorpio, is you are finding that cape that maybe you've stuffed in the closet or stuffed in a drawer, you forgot you had access to, but you're sending that self-doubt packing and you're saying, wow, I forgot I have this cape. I'm going to rebuild my confidence. I'm going to put this on and become that hero, superhero that you absolutely are. So when the King of Wands shows up, you have the ability to put yourself out there. You have the ability to open up to new opportunities, to new ideas, to stay present, to stay in the moment, right? And I feel like you are looking out there. For those of you that are single and looking for love, or that have struggled with opening yourself up because family situations have been difficult, I feel like you're getting ready to, again, spread your wings, fly, that phoenix rising. You're ready to take flight, and it may be challenging for you at times to know when to take action or when something is going to happen here. But remember, you have the breakthrough card showing up. So there's going to be a significant change in your inner world that plays out in your outer world. Now, Scorpio, what's below you? What's in the deep past? You have the Two of Wands. Moving forward. Okay, so you may at times feel like you take one step forward, two steps back. 3 steps forward, 1 step back. So it's a little bit of a tug of war at times when it does come to your heart. And this is all about no longer holding back. You have that built-in energy in your DNA, in your aura, to keep moving forward. Okay, so even those times where you think you're taking a few steps back, Scorpio, Spirit wants you to know that you're still moving forward on your soul's journey. So very, very beautiful here. I'm also getting some of you may have been planning. There is this energy here of planning, organizing. Maybe you yourself, Scorpio, had planned your life out in the divine blueprint type of way prior to incarnating into earth, as we all do. But then over here, we tend to plan our lives out accordingly. And when we don't always hit that expectation, that may not be part of our divine blueprint, or it may throw us off kilter because plans don't turn out the way that we thought they would. Sometimes you feel like you're being set back, but really you're still in alignment with your blueprint, with your soul's journey. So that's important for you to acknowledge for those of you that feel stuck or feel like you aren't on the right track. You are. What's going on in the past? What do we have here for Scorpio? King of Coins. Focusing on that dollar, right? Some of you are just focusing on finances, focusing on your stability, your home life as well, your health, because you have the King of Coins and he secures abundance, okay? So if anything was weakened, if there was weakened security, some of you, it is about paying off debt, maybe paying off debt with your spouse or with your partner. Some of you had to recover from lost money from maybe a divorce or from a family health issue or an emergency here. So just focusing on, again, the timing, building back up after trying to plan and something didn't work out the way you thought it would, but you're back on track here. You're back on track. Sometimes we just take a little bit of a detour and then we course correct, right? And we get back on track. Let's take a look and see what's above you. What is it that you are manifesting and looking to bring down to earth? So how would you like? Thank you, Spirit. 9 of Swords. It's in the reverse position, which I like to see the 9 of Swords. So for those of you that dealt with trauma, right? For those of you that were reliving some past trauma, some heartache, some difficulties with mother, with father, with, feeling like you were giving and no one was coming back in return. There was no reciprocity. This is about you accepting the past for what it was, accepting that things may not have turned out the way that you thought, but it turned out the way that it was supposed to. And sometimes that's hard to accept and understand in divine timing or our divine plan, because we have spiritual amnesia when we come here to earth. But this is about you accepting the past for what it was and being grateful through the good, the bad, through it all, right? Because it's made you who you are, Scorpio, today. Some of you, if you're in a relationship, you are getting back on track with this person because they may have been focused on money or their career. And I feel like you're accepting more of who this person is, but you're also setting some healthy boundaries. You may be saying, hey, I know that you want to work or you have to work here, but we need to also schedule date time for us. So we're accepting past trauma, not replaying an old mental story over and over in your mind. And that's going to allow you this freedom to move with that horse. Some of you, this is a childhood wound or childhood issues that maybe you've suffered with. I feel like you're letting it go. You're letting something go, and it's going to allow you to open up to a more creative approach to attracting love or to being in that family dynamic that you seek. What's going on in the near future? What's coming in here? 7 of Coins. Beautiful. The fruits of your labor are paying off here, Scorpio. So your personal development, self-development, 7s are all about spirituality and inner awareness. Some of you, what did we just say? Giving, giving, giving without receiving anything in return. So if you felt like you were putting yourself out there to not receive that same equal flow of energy, right? You're going to realize that something's shifting even more so, and you're going to see that your patience is paying off. This can be about coming close to harvest. Don't give up. Okay, some of you need to hear that because you may have told yourself, I'm ready to give up on love, or I'm ready to give up on this situation with a mother or with a parent or with a sibling. There's something here you want to give up on, but you're ready to spread your wings and you're coming closer than you think to a resolution. So there's something here with you having a breakthrough and you're seeing that light at the end of the tunnel. So don't give up. Because sometimes we want to give up when things aren't quite happening the way that we want. And we say, no, I'm just going to shut my heart down to love. If I get that invitation, I'm going to say no, because what's the point? Don't do that, Scorpio. You're so close to, that could be that time, right? That time that you get invited, you may meet the love of your life. I hear those stories all the time, right? I want to give up, but I'm going to go for it one last time. Or you meet people in the most unusual or peculiar places here. I feel like you have what it takes to attract the type of love that you want, but you must see and feel and believe that love exists within yourself, because it absolutely does. How are you feeling, Scorpio? This is all about you. What's going on with Scorpio's energy here for the month of July? Okay, they're a very common name. I feel this could be a nickname, middle name, father's name, grandfather, maybe brother, but the name John. John is coming in here. If that's your name, again, it is very common, but I do feel strong with that name coming in. So if that resonates with you, please take it as it does. Now we do have the Hierophant showing up. You're ready for some sort of commitment. Some of you, this is taking a look at your belief system as well. This could be taking a look at what marriage means to you. What does commitment mean to you? You may be taking a look at some of those beliefs that you've had growing up, or what it looks like to be in a high level commitment. When the Hierophant shows up, this is Taurian energy, and it's all about being divinely guided to take a look at your morals, your beliefs, and your traditions. Are they corrupt? Were they based on, which most of them are, based on society, family standards, friendships, other people's views? But what is true for you? That's what you're taking a deep dive into. And if it no longer matches up, you may be doing things unconventionally. Maybe you are staying single, where in the past everybody would say, well, when are you going to find someone? Where being single is more socially accepted. But I do feel here the Hierophant is about you taking a look at, the beliefs of not just society or what is accepted, because really that doesn't matter. It's your journey, your path, what is true for you. And that's what you're taking a deep dive into. You can see here that he's looking back, but he's grown. He has the wisdom. There's something here that you have learned along the way. Some of you may have been in or are in a high level commitment, possibly marriage, or this could be something you are tuning into or attracting into your world. Let's take a look at the environment. What's going on here for Scorpio in their environment, please? Some of you may even be getting married. You may be walking someone down the aisle. You may be part of a wedding ceremony as well. You have the world here. So you're completing a cycle, whether that cycle has been single for quite some time. Maybe you were married. Perhaps this cycle of raising children from birth to 18 or however long, and maybe they're leaving the house. Maybe you are ascending to the next level in a relationship that's important to you in your world. Some of you may be traveling. You may be meeting someone from afar. There could be long distance relationship coming in here. The world is about a triumphant completion because something felt hollow in the past. And I feel you don't want to have another cycle in your world that feels empty or hollow. You want there to be celebratory energy. You want there to be victory. You want there to be accomplishment and a happy ending to your fairy tale, right? You deserve that. You can have that. And some of you lost that belief and you lost that hope somewhere along the way. That's why you have the Hierophant showing up saying, take a look at your belief systems. If you believe that you are going to be single and unhappy, right? Then you're going to shut yourself off to those opportunities. You're going to say no to those invitations. And therefore, it may be a self-fulfilling prophecy where, yes, you are single and miserable. But if you tell yourself, you know, I'm open to love. I do want this. I still dream of having a high level of commitment. I'm ready for this next chapter. If you stay open to opportunity, opportunity comes knocking, Scorpio. And that's what's important for you to realize, that there is going to be a happy ending to your fairy tale. All right, let's take a look here. What are your hopes and fears? Some of you may be saying, Melissa, there is no fairy tale, right? Well, you know what? Even in the fairy tales, there's still, whether a witch or whether, you know, someone who is bad or negative, there's still something in that fairy tale that's a struggle. It's no different than life here on earth. But what does that look like to you? What story do you want to manifest? Do you want to create? You know, when you really tune into your soul's journey and your soul's purpose, your soul's mission, when you're able to connect with your higher self, it brings in more flow. You're able to go more with the flow and feel happy, feel more abundant. That can be your natural state of mind and your natural energy versus the default of what conditions have been, you know, brought on upon by external circumstances. You don't have to let that define your story. You own that story. You are the writer. What do we have here, please, for Scorpio? Hopes and fears. Ten of Swords. You don't want there to be deep anguish. I mean, who does, right? This is something that's come up in the past. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is a choice, right? Pain is inevitable here on earth. It's part of the soul's journey. It's part of the human experience. We need that pain. It helps us through discovery and self-awareness. It helps us evolve, unfortunately, but that's the way it's done. You know, the things that pain us are the things we can grow from. We can choose the suffering in the midst, or we can take that opportunity for growth and evolution and choose to do something with that pain, possibly, hopefully for the better, for the growth, to maybe help other people suffering as well. So you can choose to go along. Some of you, this has to do with bloodline. It has to do with family traditions. Some of you chose a very difficult path when it comes to family, but you can choose to break that cycle, or you can choose to go with it, right? There is no necessarily right or wrong. It's your experience. It's your human experience. No one else's. But for a lot of you, you've chose to come into a specific family dynamic, group, or bloodline in order to break a cycle. Where some of you may have said, my family is cursed, or I've come from a bunch of addictive behaviors, or narcissist, or abusive, or whatever it may be, right? Rejection, abandonment, whatever that underlying soul's family journey that you chose to come on. This is about not suffering, choosing to not suffer. Pain is inevitable, but you can choose to not suffer through it. Your hope is that, you know, that you can overcome pain, and you can, and you will. But don't shut your life down because you've been pained in the past or rejected in the past. Don't give up on those dreams. That's why you have the Nine of Wands. Let's take a look at your final outcome. What do we have for Scorpio, please? I'm getting the name Rebecca. It could be Becca, Becky. Please take that as it resonates. Rebecca. All right, Six of Coins. I like the Six of Coins. It's the card of generous giving. It's a card of reciprocity. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. It's the card of giving and receiving. I'm going to give you my love. You're going to give me your love. I'm not going to give 100% and you're not going to give 0. Sometimes what I find is we tend to need to overcome people pleasing, right? We tend to overgive. We open our hearts up to give so much. But sometimes when we don't set that self-love parameter or that healthy boundary for ourselves, let's say, for example, we tend to give 80% to this situation when we want equal, we want half, 50-50, right? And we give 80% because you're not setting some sort of parameter. You're not allowing that person to give you more than 20%. So we need to kind of rein it in. It doesn't mean close your heart down, right? It doesn't mean don't love that person, but it means allow them some breathing room to be able to show you that there's reciprocity in the making. And if there's not, even if you do that and someone is still not willing to meet you halfway, then you may want to choose. Is this a soul lesson that I have come here to learn and that I need to balance out? Do I want to stay in this situation? Or can I learn sooner rather than later that maybe this isn't the type of energy that I want to be in, right? You don't need to attach yourself, Scorpio, to a specific outcome. But I am sensing here with this 6 showing up, you're going to solve some problems that have maybe been persisting for quite some time. This is about you taking responsibility and maybe even seeing that there could be a common denominator that's been happening between relationships or between family dynamics, but you have the power to break free and head towards a new path, right? 6 of Pentacles here is all about, excuse me, an unexpected gift, a resource. It is you putting effort towards a situation, but again, allowing someone to do the same for you. Because in the past, there was unbalanced taking. Someone may have taken a lot of your time and your energy, but sometimes we feel we owe it to people. We owe it to this person. I mean, it's a different story, of course, if you are a parent and you have children you're taking care of, or, you have to take care of someone's energy, but it's also a different dynamic when there's free will involved in the mix, where if you're giving and not receiving, you may want to reevaluate. For some of you, I am sensing here, because someone's not willing to put in the work, you may want to give up. But Spirit's saying here, make sure that you are not that common denominator of giving 80% where you're only allowing someone to give that 20% in return, right? There is an equal parallel here. If those of you that are single, you're looking for love, there is someone that you will attract. Don't give up on those dreams. For those of you that are in a relationship and it seems like you're doing all the work, have a conversation. Remember that throat chakra activation? Have a conversation, because it may surprise you. You don't have to relive some sort of bitterness, resentment, anger. There can be forgiveness, and there can be a fresh start and a clean slate between you and your person, whether it's a family member, whether it's a lover, right? 6 of Coins. All right, let's take a look here and get a message from the wisdom of the Oracle. What do we need to know for Scorpio, please? Scorpio, we have the Y, card 31. Some of you may be born on the 31st. You may be in a 4 life path or a 4 personal year, 31. I'm also getting 31, could be in a phone number or even an address. So please take that as it resonates. Now 31 here, or excuse me, 31, you may be asking those questions, right? You have the Hierophant, and that Hierophant is asking the questions. You may be wondering, why did this happen the way it did? Or why did I have to go through that situation with that person? Why do I have family that is so broken, right? We tend to ask those questions sometimes. This is about motives, driving the intention. It's the power of knowing the why. We don't always know why we engage in our relationships in the way we do, mostly because our feelings aren't always logical. Now is the time to recognize whether you are being triggered by someone else or if your behavior is motivated by unresolved issues in the past. When you ask yourself, why am I feeling like this and why did I say that? And spend some time in introspection, the answers may be surprising. Listen to the messages from your intuition, from the knowing deep within you. What does it tell you about yourself and others? In the end, life is all about being loved. Miracles and a deep understanding of your needs and how to get them met are buried treasures of the why. Uncover them by posing the most powerful question you can ask yourself and your partner today. Why? Okay, so yeah, this has to do with that Hierophant showing up here. I'm going to read to you the protection message for those of you that you are having a hard time maybe getting out of some sort of sorrow or some sort of anguish, something that has been difficult. Sometimes subconsciously, denying the truth may drive you toward a specific outcome that actually aligns with an intention hidden from your awareness. For example, you may want to be prominent in your profession, but your desire isn't really about sharing your talents, but about making yourself feel better, because fame would cause people to admire and approve of you. Or you may want to reunite with a partner who rejected you because you believe that your love continues to be strong, but deep down, what you really desire is to have the last word with that person. Now is the time for deep soul searching of the why that drives your choices. What you uncover will set you free. Whoa, there's that horse energy. Freedom to move, right? It'll set you free and bring you ever closer to the happiness you seek. It will bring you closer where there is reciprocity. So ask yourself the whys with this Hierophant. Take a look at the traditional teachings. Take a look at all that you've learned with this Hierophant. Take a look at what's corrupt. Maybe reprogram some of those limiting beliefs that you've grown to not necessarily become aware of. There is this energy here of self-awareness. So deep soul searching. And some of you, maybe you have done that in the past with this cabin, but I do feel here that there is some trauma that you are working through. There is some issues here of solidarity, okay, being alone. Maybe you feel like you will always be alone, or you feel alone in your thoughts even when you're with a person. I feel like it's important to reach out, to connect. That could be that Six of Coins as well. It doesn't have to be connecting with the person that you're struggling with, but it could be connecting to a close friend, a family member, a professional, someone who you can trust to help you overcome and find some answers and clarity when it comes to your why, right? So hopefully this resonates with you, Scorpio. If so, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. It certainly helps get the divine channeled messages out there to those that need it most. If you haven't already hit that subscribe and bell button and you are vibing with the energy of this channel, please feel free to do so. Thank you so much for being here, Scorpio, and tuning in. Lots of love.